Well, welcome back. This is Stocks to Watch as we get pivotal updates on Xtra-Gold Resources, a stock trading up over 70% year to date during this precious metal boom, trading on the TSX under XTG and the OTCQB under XTGRF. We are privileged to be joined by James Longshore, the co-founder and CEO. But first and foremost, welcome back, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Kyle. Thanks for having me. Always good to do an update with you guys.
Yeah, pleasure to get you back on. And just diving up to this, I mean, can you kind of bring us up to speed on the latest exploration and drilling work at the Kibi Gold Project since our last chat? And what do these results tell you about the project's growth potential?
Well, yeah, just to briefly summarize, last time we met, I explained the discoveries already made. We made the discovery in a 2 kilometer area our gold chute's located. Our total land package is 226 kilometers squared, so it represents just under 1% of our land, and it's a 1.2 million ounce resource that was published in October of 2024. And now we've stepped out, and I have this map, this geological map of our Kibi project. The resource, just to highlight what I said, the 1.2 million ounces is in zone 2 and 3, which is at the top of the page with those stars, and the red and green dots are the gold in the soil samples. So that's where the gold shoots come to surface, and we've drilled them down to 250 meters to prove the open pit potential. Now, if you look at that map, you'll see this zone 4 to the left. So we've stepped out 2 kilometers from the resource, so big step out. And we know that there's, if you see that highlight, we know that there's gold in the whole system there of about 2 kilometers also. So we need to target those gold shoots like we did in zone 2 and 3. And if you look at the star in the middle, we call that orange number 5. We're drilling that now with all our rigs. So we've targeted a new gold shoot in that zone, and we're defining that. And we did the first results back in late October, first 22 holes, which we found another gold shoot. So we're focusing on drilling that out now. And the goal is to drill that whole area. But you can see it's a big gold system. So the key is our exploration team is very focused on working on drilling that out.
Yeah, appreciate the insight there. And do you want to speak a little bit more to that Orange 5 zone? It seems to be a big focus lately. I mean, how are the latest results there shaping your resource expansion plans and the next technical report?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Yeah, so that orange number 5 zone is right now we've got about a 500-meter strike length of gold and soil, gold anomaly, and it's about roughly about a 20-meter gold shoot in thickness, grading just below a gram. Very shallow dipping, so it could be very economic to mine at surface. But we'll still need a lot more drill holes, and that's what our team's focused on right now. In this game, as a gold explorer, you want to grow your resource. So our goal is to get to 2 million ounces as soon as possible and show this is going to be a multi-million ounce deposit. And that's how shareholders, will get recognized as a major gold discovery. So our whole team's focused on that right now, especially with gold hitting new all-time highs.
Yeah, absolutely. And lots to look forward to. And you've also talked before about the benefits of using company-owned drill rigs. How has that strategy kind of impacted your cost, drilling speed, and overall quality of your exploration work?
Yeah, so that's kind of unique because most gold exploration companies contract their rigs. And if you know the sector, you always see these gold exploration companies raising money every year. So diluting their shares because they need to finance the continual drilling, which is very expensive. So in Ghana, to contract a rig, to give you an idea, simple economics, it costs 250 US a meter to drill. Because we own our own rigs, we're doing it for under $50 a meter. So that's 80% less. So they say in our business it costs about 100 million to prove up a major gold discovery dollars. So if we can do that by only spending 80% less of that, 20 million, let's say, then shareholders are going to be thoroughly rewarded. And the other benefit of having our own rigs is we have a finding cost per ounce. So gold's trading at 4,000. We find an ounce of gold right now because we own our own rigs for $10 an ounce. So that's huge upside leverage for our shareholders. As we prove this thing up, they're going to be rewarded because of the very low amount of shares we have outstanding.
Yeah, no, this is great. And beyond kind of the rigs, you've highlighted the community mining project and your partnerships with local contractors. Why is this collaboration so important to Xtra-Gold, and what kind of impact is it having on your operations and kind of the surrounding communities?
Well, number one, there's very few gold explorations that have cash flow. So the economic benefits are obvious. We generate on average about 6 to 7 million in cash flow a year. and we need about 5 million to cover all our costs. So we're creating more cash flow than we're spending on exploration. So that's why we haven't gone back to the markets since our IPO for 15 years, since 2010, which is very unique. So that's the obvious benefit of having cash flow. The second benefit, which is huge, that doesn't get talked about, is the social benefits. So in our area, we're the biggest employer of locals, and we're also driving economic activity in our communities. We're the biggest supplier. For example, when you have mining, you got to feed people, house people, and we have shops. We buy everything locally. So all that money flows. So the locals love the company because of all the economic activity we've created over the last 15 years. So that's the second benefit, obviously, which the social benefits of it.
Yeah, and you've recently released your quarterly results showing strong income from your gold recovery operations. Can you kind of walk us through the numbers, where the income is coming from, and how it's kind of helping fund your exploration work?
Yeah, so we have two silos. Like I said, we have the gold sales that we create with the contract alluvials, which we call our community mine project, which is the bulk of it. But we have also banked about 20 million excess cash from the alluvial since we've been operating, because as I noted, our drilling costs are lower. So we've been able to bank extra cash, and we have an investment account where we also invest in companies. So we have two silos that return capitals to shareholders just to make a very strong balance sheet. So it's gold sales and investment in our investment returns, which have been very successful to date.
Yeah, I appreciate the insights there, but we're very sorry to hear about the passing of Director James Switzer. How is that? How basically is the board ensuring continuity and maintaining the strong governance through this kind of transition?
Well, number one is, James Schweitzer was a good friend of mine, and he was 87. So we knew he had health issues about 5 years ago. So if you look at our board, we added a board member about a few years ago, a guy named Todd Gibson on our board. So we had planned, we obviously knew, but we planned for that. So we're a five board member now team versus six. So we've already planned for that, that problem of, obviously when you've been around as long as us, you're going to have some people that unfortunately pass away, but we'll miss his positive spirit. And he was one of the original investors with me. So, it was a very sad day for us, but it's already been planned for.
Yeah, and again, sorry to hear about that. But kind of to round off the conversation here, the economics are looking great for your company. Are there any upcoming milestones, catalysts, such as new drill results or resource update that investors should be watching? And why is right now a great time to be investing?
Yeah, like so what I said, three of our drill rigs out of the four are focused on that orange number five. So hopefully we'll have results coming out before the end of the year, which so more hopefully they're, Mother Nature cooperates with us and they're positive. We don't have the assays back yet, but we're expecting them. So that would be a catalyst because the more ounces we can get there, we'll be approaching that 2 million mark. And the better and the quicker we can get there. Obviously, we hope that zone comes in. So that's a major catalyst for us. And we hope to have something out before the end of the year. And then, as far as other catalysts, if you go back to that geological map, we've already outlined all those targets. That's one property, the Kibi Gold Project. We've already got six other drill ready targets. So when we're done with Orange 5, which hopefully if we're not done with soon, because the more drilling, the better, it means we're hitting stuff, we'll be targeting those other zones, which we have six drill ready. So we believe this will be, we believe this will be a multi-million ounce deposit, and I'll be surprised if there's not 5 million ounces there to find, which will be good for our shareholder return. And just to close that off, you can buy our company right now. If you buy shares in Xtra-Gold, you're buying gold at $60 an ounce in the ground versus gold trading at 4,000. So shareholders will have huge leverage as we grow the resource to the gold price.
Well, I appreciate your time today, James. As we pass it off to the viewer, we'd love to know what you think in that comment section. If you want to explore the company further, we'll leave all the links in the description and consider subscribing as news and catalysts like this come down the wire. Of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on that, as always, we look forward to catching you in the next one.
Thank you.